we're not only looking at live gigs per se, but the footage we're digging out for this one is actually so very special, and I think so rare that it would be wrong not to share it with you. So you're in for a treat. Welcome to Reliving the Live.
Gather round, a wicked lineup, mad lineup.
Make a big, well, express yourself. This precious bit of footage comes from a little event that was held in Camberwell in a lovely little vegan shop. And it is Yussef Kamaal, Yussef Days, Kamaal Williams, when they came together and produced the album Black Focus. And this album put a marker down and helped to define a sound that is uniquely London. Now, it's very special to me because I'm on that album. Just some sound bites, but I'm still on the album. Can't beat that. And I'll tell you that story. About 2016, summer, nice. I remember it was a very nice day. Got a call from out of the blue. It was Yussef. Kamaal and I are doing an album. We'd love you to be on it. It was as simple as that. And I was as gobsmacked as it was simple. And I say, you sure? Me? Why? Because I had to ask. I've never been on a record before, much less. So to be given this opportunity out of the blue, it would knock you back. Well, knock me back. And what he said to me was simple. You have the energy. We need some of the energy. And who am I not to share the energy? The energy is not for me. The energy is to share with everyone. That's what live music is about. The sharing of energy. So, long story short, I'm on the record. Record is made. Put out by Brownswood at the time. Big up to Brownswood Recordings. And they held a little event, again in Camberwell, for the people who were taking part on the record. People who had contributed to the record. People like Eric Lau, K15, K15. I don't know how we call it. I know him as Kieran. Emily from Brownswood was there. Justin and Adam from Jazz Refreshed were there. And Justin McKenzie actually was a sort of host interviewing Yussef and Kamaal. And I had the foresight to take the phone out, put it up, and document some of that. And what it does is sort of give an idea of the scene, what's happening on the scene, in addition to their creative process and that sort of thing. Precious footage. Let's share it, let's watch it. I loved watching it then, loved being a part of it, and love watching it now. So let's watch it together.
Like that, we ran with it, and it was from obviously Jazz Refresh, because I want to big up the Jazz Refresh lot a lot, because without these guys we wouldn't really, we wouldn't have a platform for any of this. So yeah, with that, the Jazz Refresh that really got the ball rolling, as it were, it was such a good vibe that day. It was like I don't know who decided to put us on at that time anyway. Whose idea was it? Adam. He said Adam had faith in us because we was on at a nice time before Richard's favourite. I know Richard was getting a little bit worried after his head thing, but yeah. So no, yeah, that was pretty much how we started it really.
Testing. Yeah, it was last summer. I think it just happened naturally from the boiler room. We actually did a recording session at the end of 2014, and 2 of the tracks on the album from that. But that was before it was anything. But I knew of Henry, from 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
6 years ago? Probably 2008 I met you.
2008. Well, when I first saw Henry, he was even playing. He was just doing some other hustling. I don't know what was going on. But I knew this man's he's got a little vibe in it. So it kind of, and then obviously when I saw him play keys, the way he plays, I just relate to it on the drums because it's very rhythmical. It's easy. It's easy to just know what I'm going to play when he plays. So I thought, one day we've got to do something together, and then it just kind of just, like he said, just flowed into it from the boiler room to the Jazz and Fest. Because I sent Adam a video on Facebook. I was like, yeah, Adam, look at this. This is me and him in the room. What are you saying, man? Come on, man. This is the real deal. Da 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 da. And then bam. So, but yeah, man. Like Henry said, we give thanks for you, man, because even just as inspiration on the scene, like you guys keep it real every week, and I think it definitely gives people like us a platform, man. Yeah, and big up Adams because you know what I mean. He was when I was at Forest Hill. I know he was doing the mentoring, and I always kind of thought this guy, you know what I mean. He's a good guy, and you need people like that in the community. So yeah, man. Bless.
I mean, people have taken to you. I think it's personality, but also music. You know, it's been just a surge of popularity in regards to this group. Why do you think that is? Did you expect it? I mean, post Jazz Fest, I mean, did you think, yeah, this is gonna, you know, take a rise? What do you think of that now? You know, you've come to this point, your album's out, selling out, you know, before it's even out in the street. What's your thoughts? Did you think this was gonna be the journey?
We couldn't really anticipated anything at the time, really. But I think we was always into it. We felt like definitely there was a connection, and the music was. We felt like strongly about the music. Was into it. We was convinced by it. So it just happened. Yeah, it just happened. Just in a gradual process. It just happened. And once it starts happening, you just got to roll with it. And then I guess we didn't really think like, oh yeah, it's like it was planned in that way or anything. It just kind of it was that gig that really propelled it. So yeah, I couldn't really say that anything was going to happen from it, to be honest.
But that's I suppose has been the beauty of it, that there's been no pressure. There's been no I just do this and that. It just kind of.
There's pressure now though.
Right, not for this. I don't. Just get on with cracking it, man. But I don't know. It's when you get people come up to us like, yeah, we like you because you guys you're just like me, yeah, you know, having it, and I think that's a bit of that spirit. I think we kind of bring where, you know, even though I ain't the most technical brother, but I just go for it, innit? Just give it the energy. I think when people can relate to that on a level, I think that's what me and Henry bring. You know what I mean?
You know, I think for me, it's definitely the music. You know, it hits, but your personalities come through the music, and even the shows. You know, they feel like there's a vibe about it that's kind of just almost unplanned. But the music is there, you know, it feels very like flowing rather than a kind of, you know, rigid, rehearsed kind of thing. Obviously rehearsed.
No, we don't rehearse.
Exposure there.
Yeah, that's part of it. Like, even at the gig in May, I was just tripping before. I was like, Emmy, we ain't rehearsed, what are we playing? He's like, nah, it's alright. Just play that groove, yeah, that's great. Man, sir, yeah, bit of that, and I'm just like, but the thing is, I know the musicians we've got, they have to bring fire. You have you can't, because I think that's what's been nice about it, is that okay, yeah, sometimes you do want to rehearse, but because we haven't really had the time to do that, we just rock up. You just have to bring the energy, and I think that's been quite nice actually, because it just means sometimes the journey goes a bit off, but most of the time it's improvising because we know what's going on and we're listening, it goes somewhere new, and people are seeing something fresh on the spot. So,
I mean, you seem to be part of a lineage of UK music. You know, you're firmly in there. Who have been your influences? Not only from UK, but from anywhere. What influences your sound, your music, either music or non-music related? What influences the sound that you lot project?
Starting with the UK, where's Rich? Is Rich here?
Yeah, man.
He's there, yeah. That's my boy Rich, who was engineering the album and mixed one of the tracks on the album as well. And coming from here, he was in Latimer Road, so he was showing me about Broken Beat and Labrador Grove and Mau Mau's and all of that. So when I used to go over there, I used to see what was going on in West London. So when I found out about Broken Beat, that's when I started to get into production. So that was a massive influence for me. You know, Bugs in the Attic and stuff like that. So you probably better tell us about how that's coming. You know what I mean? How that's kind of how you guys were involved in that as well. Like Broken Beat and Jazz Refresh, how did that start? Because I want to know as well, and I'm sure a lot of people here want to know, so I'm going to flip it on you now, mate.
I'll make it quick. Basically, before we were Jazz Refresh, we were in different guises, like upright recordings and so forth. And even before that, we were DJing together with Daz IQ, Bunny Bread, and a few others. Now, we knew Daz before we kind of knew who Bugs were. And then on Adams Road, Bugs had a studio. So one day, 99 or something.
Is that Orange Studio then? Is that Afro? No, before that.
What's the name of that studio? It's Park Royal. We call it Park Royal. Park Royal Studio.
Isn't that Bittersweet?
Oh, it's Bittersweet. It was the Bittersweet.
Okay.
Right. So we went down there, and Kaidi would be there. People would be, you know, playing and doing. And it had no name. The music had no name. But they'd give us albums and music. We're like, what is this? This is bad. You know what I mean? So, and then Co-op started, and you know, Daz was like, you need to come and support, because we were still DJing with Daz in hip hop and soul and stuff. And that's kind of how we got involved. We would just go to the studio and sing, and Daz was part of our crew as well as part of this. So, you know, musically, we always collected jazz. So when we started Jazz Refreshed, you know, it was a kind of natural progression, and players like Kaidi, who I'm sure, you know, features, you know, heavily in kind of what you're thinking, they showed us a different way to jazz. You know, it was a kind of a totally new and unique way, you know, melding that kind of broken beat sound. And to be honest, that's why I kind of hear, you know, I hear the progression from that in your sound. You know, is that an intentional thing, or is it kind of like just naturally come out of you that way?
It's more, it's definitely more natural. I think I've related to all of those guys. I can see that they'd obviously be like, you've got the intensity of all the London sounds and the garage and the drum bass and all of that mixed with the jazz. I think that's the same sort of thing. Place where I'm coming from is those two elements: is the history, the 70s and 60s and stuff, mixed with what London's provided us with. You know what I mean? Growing up in school and stuff. It was a bit later, obviously, so it was more grime when I was at school. But yeah, I think I could relate to them because it was like they had the beats, the kind of dirty beats with the chords, the jazz chords and stuff like that. You know, that made it connect. So that was
I mean, for me, it was probably my brothers. They were Cream there. My other brother, he was a drum and bass head. So I just had my kit outside his room. I was like 10, I was like, this is mad, this is fast. I like the fast. I'm starting to get now, I'm slowing down a bit, but I just love them fast. So I'll just be like, well, my dad would put on like a Billy Cobham record, and it's like I always get a Kit Kat in the cupboard. He said, you've got a playing time to this. So I was like, alright, yeah. But yeah, like people like, I mean, I remember Full Hero, what was it? 2 pages. Like, me and Cream would just be jamming drum and bass to that, and that was that for me. That was like raw, because it sounded drum and bass, but it was live drums. The way it was all live, and just like, what? This is crazy. So that's definitely like, you know, Mark Mack and Dave. Yeah, that's been a big influence. You know what I mean? So,
do you think you'll work with them in the future?
I mean, yeah, if the right situation occurs, I think, you know what I mean, why not?
We might have to make that happen somehow, right?
Definitely.
So who are you listening to at the moment? Who's inspiring you now, over the now?
Go Penguin.
I'm going to quote you on that.
Who's now? Night Vibrations. Flipping. so many people. I like Anderson .Paak and you know what I mean, that whole LA movement's wicked.
I think just
coming out of London.
Yeah, Shabaka,
yeah.
We've got Wayne here.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's you know, London's definitely.
I've got a man like K15, I just caught him out there, he's there, don't hide, mate. Yeah, we can produce that. We've been a lot of stuff. People that we've been working with, people that have been my biggest inspirations. Eric Lau, you know what I mean. So
I think for me, it's definitely like London is definitely. I'm feeling it, and I've been feeling it for a while. But it's nice that I suppose now people just have more of a presence, and we're not relying on this whole American thing. And I think we have something that's quite unique, and embracing that, and not always relying on, you know, I think that's, and we've got people that can articulate certain things, like Shabaka writing these things and talking about it, and it needs to be talked about because we've got all these talented musicians and bands and projects, and it's like, yeah, let's big it up. It shouldn't be shunned upon. So, yeah.
I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head. There's something happening now in the UK, you know, and even beyond London, like Leeds has a scene and Bristol and these places, but London, I mean, we're London centric, so it's London, you know, Moses Boyd and Zara and, you know, all these people. Why do you think now is when it's hitting? Because you lot have been playing, you know, for a while. I mean, United Vibrations, you know, but it's kind of like now the world's looking. Why is the world looking now at the UK, you know, specifically? Do you think?
I think people probably in the age of such technological advances, maybe people are looking for more of that connection with the artist as opposed to like the DJ experience or going to a club where people probably want to see the live thing more. That's what I've noticed. A lot of young people want to go to concerts and stuff like that. Or with the internet, with a combination of all those things, it means that the younger people are able to explore more music and find out about more music. And it's just happened that, you know, there's a whole generation of people here that are making that happen. So might be something to do with that. I don't know.
I think it's the presentation as well. I think it seems like at the moment it's been presented in the right way. People may see themselves in the musicians now, where before it was always like jazz clubs and you've got, you know, it's like who's going there, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think when those barriers are kind of starting to break down a little bit, it's still not perfect, but when it's more accessible, I think people can catch on to it. It's not like jazz doesn't seem like this kind of high thing anymore. It's more, you know what I mean? But that's what it used to be back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, that's definitely for me. And I hope that's, not hope, but I feel like this project in particular is just making it a bit more relatable and not trying to just, I don't know.
No, well, you know, definitely, you know, we see a lot of bands, obviously, in Jazz Refreshed, and there is this thing where I think there's this kind of breaking free of kind of, you know, feeling that people have to make music a particular way to be jazz. If it's jazz, it's jazz. If it's not, it's not. We're musicians, and you know that's what the music that comes out of us is from our influences, and I see that with you lot. You know, there's kind of, you hear influences from here, from the 70s, from the fusion artists, from what's going on now outside of jazz. I think that's something that's coming through with all the artists like Moses and yourself. So, you know, keep it going. Just kind of keep doing you.